broadcasting from Mabula, Kuwait. This is a Me and Larry reality video show. LTL gives LTL. That means little tender love, little true love, little tough love. For the little tender love, I like to give it to two people, and what it is in Kuwait alone, they go through it. The first one, of course, on my job with a company where they have subcontractors, of course, but things are changing. But this one individual wants to don't know what's going on, or maybe he does, and he just keep trying to do what he got to do, knowing that everything is crumbling like cookies. I gave the person's name of Mr. Watson. You know, those famous Watsons, not my relatives, that of Watsons in Madison, Indiana. He's from somewhere in Europe, somewhere, Wales, English fella. You know, there's a famous Mr. Watson groceries, but Mr. Watson, the individual who all of a sudden follows what leadership tells him, assistant manager, and knowing that the management, which is the middle management, don't have a clue, and one of the management, which is of a guy who has long hair, he just moved on to somewhere else with another company, which leaves him in the dark with the two other parts of management, in middle management. And so he's clueless. It was that manager alone who, with the long hair, who wanted to, he looks like a long hair hippie. He looked like a reject from Woodstock, of course. He told him about splitting up the department where I work with somebody else, because I think they was jealous of the high rating of work, quality work, and in the department gives out. And so what they do, they split it and put somebody else with them. So and they just about the worst, but they got a product that customers think they love it and they enjoy it, but they don't believe in somebody, the other department, that is steady working and steady giving out the 98 to 99% efficiency. They want somebody along with them to give 23 to 25%, so they could look at the 98% and start telling Mr. Watson, the assistant manager, and to tell them about, hey, look at them, they do this, they do that, thinking that my department cheats, and they don't. But they cheat, and they get a pat on the back. The little guy who seems to be in charge with the other department that squeeze into that building where we at, don't know what he's doing, and he's having problems. And even though customers do come over there, he kind of buddy with them with no idea, which make Mr. Watson have no idea, which make management have no idea. But it's a part of American culture these days. And that's why your GM is now trying to cut hourly workers to 6,000. They have 40,000 workers there. Now they cut it down to 6,000. So that means they can go on and snitch to management or supervisors or kind of cut each other's throats and maybe not showing up for work or doing something to hurt somebody else, kind of like a crab in a barrel type of mentality, and to have them fall on their faces and become what they are now, on the brink of cutbacks, layoffs, people looking for jobs in the United States. And it builds up more to over millions and millions of people unemployed. Now the next one is the foreign nationals in Kuwait. They work so hard. Really, they make up 90% of Kuwait. The 10% are the ones who are in charge of them, and they don't have no skills. They inherit money from their family in Saudi. They are known as the stepchildren, and what they do, they boss around the foreign nationals, and they do quality work, and the ones who are 10%, they don't have no idea of doing the job which they do. And so what it is, when you go to Kuwait, you will scratch your head, especially about the internet connection alone, and saying how you do it off of 2 servers, and you got over close to over 500,000 people in Kuwait alone. You scratch your head on that. But the foreign nationals say Americans have it better. I tell you what, for my little tender love, I want you all to come to the United States, take a look at it, try to get on with a job with them, and then to find yourself being snitched on, talked about. You get a good quality job, they talk about you behind your back. That's just supervisors and management alone. And to have you laid off and you be among other people in the projects or low income housing, and they talk about you. And then because you all live in one apartment or 2, sharing and caring for each other, while the others will talk about you. And then next thing you know, you die. And then they'll say, ooh, he was a great worker. That's it. But they want you to be like Americans. You know, live, snitch, tell, and everything. And find out when you die, that's when they start having people come together and have family reunions. Go figure that out. For Mr. Watson, for the foreign nationals in Kuwait, I give you tender love. LTL. I'll be back with 2 more LTLs to give out.